time to embrace the flow. Forgive all that we can't forget. Regret nothing we can't let go. For despite what we have learned, infinitely more we do not know. So let us tune our frequencies until new vibrations grow. Let's pretend that it never ends. And now, it's time to start the show.
Oh, well, there's already enough podcasts. Like, who needs another fucking podcast? Like, who cares what you have to say? Rah, rah.
So much uniqueness and so much freedom in a podcast. You know, there's so many opportunities.
Because at this point in my life, like, I realize that nothing matters unless I want it to. So, if I believe in something and it's fun to do,
right,
then just go for it. Suddenly switched into official podcast mode.
I almost like a little nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know why though.
We're just sitting here in a room together.
Yeah, we talk to you all the time. On the phone, we talk hiking, but now like, recording it.
Yeah, exactly.
So we could just dive right in, or what do we want to do?
69, I know, square miles is the size of Vineland's footprint. And it is the weirdest place in the world. Because where else in this country do you find urban and rural, gang violence, and farm country all rolled into one municipality, into one city? It's a microcosm of all of the pain of the United States.
Ooh. You see, I get in these moods where things come to me and I just don't know how to process them anymore. It just comes in a big tidal wave at the worst possible moments, when I'm in the shower, when I'm driving in the car. And I got no time to just pick one of them thoughts and just stretch it out and analyze it and break it down and fucking get it recorded so that it can be remembered and passed on. Why do you think it's so important, the thoughts in your head? Why do you think other people need to know? It's some sort of secret mission, like I'm an undercover plant. I'm like the Manchurian candidate of this shit. I wonder what the word is. The one to make me snap. The one to turn my switch so that I become what you always meant for me to be.
I avoid responsibility. That way nobody feels compelled to put me in a position of power.
Mom, this recorder that you purchased for me, I mean, this was your gift to me, this recorder.
Yes.
It's a good quality. You don't need to lean into it.
Okay, I'm just...
Look, folks, I have to tell you that she has spent 95% of the time with her eyes on this recorder. Just like talking into it. Like it's a memoir. Like I'm not even here.
It's like a microphone. I keep on forgetting we're supposed to have a conversation. I feel like I'm telling a story.
Be excited.
Okay.
You know, because now it's here. It's kind of like, what do I want to do with it? You have this shiny gift of a lesson that you have in front of you. And now you know you have to work through it. You really have to, well, if you want to and you're tired of it, you have to work through it. And I feel like I'm tired and they're not, and I'm just like, I'm ready to fly.
Yeah.
And like they're not, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I gotta go. And you can't feel that.
I have never said the words, I'm lonely. ever in my entire life. I am perfectly okay with it. Like, it's like, all right, well, I should call him. I say that all the time. Not I want to call him. Right. Like, I don't want to. I should call him.
That was one of my underlying reasons for doing the podcast, was just like, okay, it'll get me out there talking to different people.
It's like we're making up for the fact that we haven't talked.
Right.
Which we normally would have done when we were younger. Now it's kind of, we have to kind of squeeze it all together in one shot because we don't know when the next time's going to happen. People are like, oh, wouldn't you get lonely when all your loved one dies? Like, no, you get a new loved one.
We live in a world where everyone is programmed and hypnotized as if by magic. Like the turkey, you can like hypnotize by like holding its head down on the ground, like drawing a line in the sand in front or the dirt in front of it. That'll completely blow a turkey's mind. So they say. I've never tried it.
So what can people do to wake up?
Hypnotize turkeys. I don't know what people can do to wake up. I'm trying to wake up.
Yeah.
Just be aware as best as you can of how like everything is just a narrative. Like outside of the mentations that we create ourselves and the mentations that are put onto us from society, from our families, from the language we speak. Outside of those constructions, the experiences you get from the outside world, your senses and your thoughts and your feelings, that's the only thing that's actually real. I hope it's really not just us.
Right.
And everyone else is like, self-created internal hell. No. Every waking moment is a joyous experience of growth and opportunity. I find myself totally spiritual centered and at peace with the balance between me and the rest of the universe.
A few things I want to get off my chest about the Opus Marcus podcast. People have mentioned that the intro is a little, how shall we say, cacophonous. And I realized that in the first few episodes, I had the volume levels up way too loud, or the gains, whatever the fuck you call it. But I've corrected that, so the intro shouldn't be as blaring. But I do stand by the intro, which is essentially a prayer. And if you don't know what it is that I'm saying, I have dug up the original recording, which is literally the first thing I recorded for the Opus Marcus podcast extemporaneously. Just came to me and said, that's good, I'll use that for an intro. Here is the original opening prayer to the Opus Marcus podcast. We must have a high tolerance for chaos. Learn to embrace the flow. Forgive all that we can't forget. Regret nothing we can't let go. For despite what we have learned, infinitely more we do not know. So let us tune our frequencies until new vibrations grow. Let's pretend that it never ends. And now, it's time to start the show. Welcome to the Opus Marcus podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Oraelius. You are the calm eye in the center of the storm, and this is episode 11.
And you know what? Let's be real. None of this is real.
Sometimes the person is not thinking about these things. They're the ones that are the happiest in the moment. Like you see those guys where they're almost clueless, but they're completely aware of what's going on around them, and they're taking control of the situation.
Why not once a year and give yourself, I would call it, a dose of real reality? I mean, like where nothing makes sense but everything works.
Like we do have a need to get together more, I guess, as a people.
Molly made me feel like I could connect with anyone about anything. In conjunction with the mushrooms, I felt like I was one with everything. It was a bad time, but very, very enlightening.
We used to be roommates, and he used to sexile me all the time. No American women, only foreign women.
Yeah, that's true.
There was the time when I was waiting outside the door for you guys to finish, and then you told me it was okay to come in, and I came in with this delicious pumpkin pie. You proceeded to get out of bed completely naked and walk over with this hand that God knows where it had been or what was on it, and just scoop it right into the pie and grab a piece out. We covered all the important stuff.
That's right. So now let's cover the unimportant stuff.
I look at it this way. You know, it's very powerful when you're going through cancer, having a positive family the power of the prayer in God, and and plus the positive attitude. All those things mean so much, that gets you through life.
Now, do you perform?
Well, I do get up and like say some stuff and whatever, and kind of again. So I usually open the show and do something.
But no song or dance.
No
or anything
song
like
or
that.
dance.
Yeah.
Nope.
This is a microcosm of the change that's occurring across the planet. I mean, do you see things getting better in terms of people's acceptance?
I think everything has to kind of get a little worse before it gets better. I wouldn't say better because as a whole, but I would say everyone's more aware.
Aware.
Man, I can't believe the dream that I had last night. I was laying, it's hard to remember, but I remember being in the dream, kind of like, I think, waking up from a dream. And as I was sitting there, I remember feeling an LSD trip coming on in the dream. And it was kind of fishy to me because I know I didn't eat any LSD in the dream. I was saying to myself, like, am I tripping? Did somebody slip something in my drink or whatever? And then the more I was thinking that, then all of a sudden I started tripping more and more and more in my dream. And I remember feeling and seeing a real trip, LSD, shrooms, whatever, in my dream. I was tripping in my dream, and it was exactly like a trip would be in normal life, except I was like that in my dream, and it was a speaker, some craziness in tongues or something, but I understood him, and it was like about life and beyond. Man, it was crazy, and like I remember it, man. I woke up feeling it, like I dreamt that I was tripping, but it was realistic and intense, and it still resonates with me.
This is your best friend. You know how you feel like you can always talk to him and he always does fun things with you, and you always want to talk to Marcus, and is Marcus home? Is Marcus coming home tonight? Is Marcus having dinner with us tonight? Is Marcus coming with us to the beach? Is Marcus this? Is Marcus that? I need you to remember how much you loved him when you were 5 years old.
You're doing this? Really?
Yep.
Oh my god.
What do you want to say to that? When you're 16, we're going to let you listen to your 16-year-old self.
What a heck of time!
Is there anything else to say to yourself in the future? Say something to your 16-year-old future self. What do you want her to remember about you now?
That I'm saying, what the heck of time!
So first I want you to listen to something from my last podcast that I know you haven't heard, where I talk about having you as a guest. Dropping us some recordings in the last few episodes, and when I fly down to Florida for Christmas to see Mom, I'm also going to see Michael, and I'm going to record a standalone podcast with just Michael to go deep into his life, because let me tell you something, my brother came so close to the bottom of the well. I don't know if he hit rock bottom of the well, but he came finally close enough to start scrambling up towards the light. And with him it was like the frog in the well, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. With Mike it was like, please Mike, just stop taking 2 steps back, like just stay still for a second. We'll worry about the 1 step forward when it comes. And folks, that moment has come. Michael has taken more than 1 step forward, and I can't wait to talk to him face to face. Okay, so I'm talking about Michael. Let's just jump right back into...
Okay. I changed the name of my presentation to The Nature of Sound Healing, which is just, nature is another word for God for me, because I think God is absolutely everything. I think that God is nature, I think that God is the force that holds things together, I think that we're God, I think our consciousness is God, I think that love is God, I think that everything is God. I just think it exists everywhere. It's something that exists everywhere and nowhere all at the same time in another dimension of just pure love and knowledge, and that it is that core central, we're all different perspectives out of the same water, out of the same being, like the different water droplets in the ocean. And each droplet's just having a different experience, but we're all connected back to the same thing.
Okay, so in summary, at work, I am perceived as an intimidating dick, and you are perceived as like some crazy psycho.
Crazy, bubbly, insane.
you ever feel like on the inside you're not really happy. So you question yourself, like, yeah, okay, I am bubbly, I'm happy, I'm charismatic, but deep down inside, am I truly that? Issues where you feel like, is it a front that you're putting on and playing and manipulating your own mind to actually perceive yourself as happy, but in reality you're just...
This is why we need to like link up our brains and have all of our thoughts transparent to each other.
And then what?
Anything that's alive, a living consciousness, is connected, and then the whole planet wakes up. It's another body, right? It's a celestial body that we are it, and then we just zoom or whatever we do. We zap to this galaxy or that galaxy, and we meet up with other bodies and merge and copulate, and I don't know.
Wow, no, cool shit.
I don't even know that you're asking for help, though, right? You're not saying that you want to change, right?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
What do you mean by what are you just looking
like
for?
What would it take for you to fully accept yourself for who you are and be perfectly satisfied in that? What would it take? Because I know you don't feel that way right now.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Nobody is.
You need to get out of your own way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean?
Get out of your own way means that you're the only one blocking yourself from everything that you want. Your circumstances, your situation, that doesn't matter. You have a choice whether or not you want to persevere. You have a choice whether or not you want to seek the things you want, actively seek them, actively go out and find them. You have a choice in how you feel. You have a choice in how you show up every day. There's nothing and no one that's standing in your way. There's nothing physical in your way keeping you from anything. It's you.
So he says, excuse me. I just want to say, hello, my name is Alan. I'm not the waiter. I'm entertaining here. If you'd like to hear a little bit of a song or something, let me know, please. I'll be happy to do it for you.
You were this character. It seems like you have a persona, but the persona is you. It's authentic, but it's not. It's not all of you.
Right. You want to have people. It's like my job is to get people away from their stress and their problems and their. Think about this. I can go in there, act like a fool, and they pay me for it.
Absolutely.
If I was a customer, they throw me out.
Because you do DJing.
Yeah, I do DJing.
Right. So you do what? Like weddings? You'll do
Wedding,
anything? Pretty
one-man
much
bands,
anything.
corporate affairs.
Okay.
Nursing homes, seniors afternoons,
Right.
clubs at night.
Okay.
One-man band. Hey.
Okay, so let's get right to it now.
All right.
So
here we are.
Alan Carpet is not. That's not your real name, or is it?
Well, I did that once because people walked all over me.
Yeah.
That's when the Alan Carpet store. It was a company called Alan Carpet.
Really?
Yeah, that was a joke.
Okay, so what's the real last name?
Are you ready? Are you sitting down?
Material realm is just another level of vibration itself, and it's just as real as all the other vibrations. There is a hierarchy. Everything is electromagnetic vibrations. Our perception of what is light, sound, electricity, material is just a perception. In all reality, everything is just bouncing waves of vibration at different frequency, bouncing off of other waves, making standing waveform. Not really a big deal until you really look at reality, and it's kind of a big deal.
Oh, at some point, the most recent Mixed Mental Arts, right near the end, because he has that book out now, Own the Day, Own Your Life. So like at the end, he goes like, okay, Brother Marcus, own the day, own your life. So you gotta like get that little clip out.
Yeah.
Like, Brother Marcus, own your day, own your life.
Russ just said, do you want to go hiking at Round Valley today?
Crazy. We can.
I guess.
Yeah, you drive. I go hiking with Russ. Sounds like the perfect idea. We can do this shit later. Dude, you bring the recorder. You can have like me, Russ. You can record me and Russ and you talking on a hike.
That's true.
You now have like the greatest podcast ever. Yeah, tell Russ. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yo, we're down for the hike if you're still. I mean, I would say like within the hour, really, right? It shouldn't take longer than that to get there. All right, cool. One love. Bye.
Crazy. It's gonna be awesome.
Last time on the Opus Marcus podcast.
So like at the end, he goes like, okay, Brother Marcus, own the day, own your life. So you gotta like get that little clip out.
Russ just said, do you want to go hiking at Round Valley today?
Crazy. We can. Dude, you bring the recorder, you record me and Russ and you talking on a hike. You now have like the greatest podcast ever. Yeah, tell Russ. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, we're down for the hike if you're still in. All right, cool. One love. Bye.
Crazy. It's gonna be awesome.
All right, guys. We're gonna go to Round Valley. You love Round Valley.
I know, but I wanted to play in my princess castle.
Well, let me tell you something.
Oh, Kirk, can you speak ancient Egypt?
Blue, 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 blah, blah.
And you know, there actually was a town there. They destroyed it, demolished it, dammed up, flooded this.
Have you ever heard of the show Here and Now?
I don't think so.
I think I'm the only one that's ever seen it. Because it was like literally like about the here and now.
Amen to that, my brother. Marcus, own the day, own your life.
Do you think there's a marked difference between people who have taken them and those who haven't?
Yeah, I mean, I would say there's a marked difference, but I don't judge anybody for that. I don't think it's. I mean, I'm not saying you do either, but.
Yeah. Well, sometimes,
yeah, it's
sometimes
cool. Well,
I do.
Well, I mean, sometimes you meet someone and yeah, exactly, and they're like, "Oh, I've never done anything." I'm like, "Well, maybe you should."
Exactly.
Maybe you ought to give that a try.
Thank you very much. I love you too. All right, so how many first timers? Really? All right, how many of you have seen this before? Thank you guys very much. Thanks a lot. Once again, we are the Genesis Show. It says so on your ticket. I want to give everybody an opportunity who's expecting to hear Invisible Touch and throwing it all away to get up and leave right now. No one will judge you. No one will judge you. They were very popular songs at one time. Well, this is a song you guys have been asking us to play for a very, very long time.
This is summer break. This is Guest Became the Host. This is summer break unraveling. We're still unraveling.
I am thoroughly medicated.
Yeah, so-
It is so fake. All of my emotions are so fake. My emotions are the product of the pharmaceutical industry.
I'm talking about clinical mania. The mania in the proper sense of the term.
I'm just gonna say, 'cause you're a genius.
When did this become about me?
A Beethoven.
We're not talking about me.
The switcheroo has become the double switcheroo.
No.
But I mean,
The guest is the host,
but
man.
You had a corrupt fucking system, but now you've got enough woke people in it that suddenly it changes.
Only gonna happen if you vote for it.
I'm not a total conspiracy theorist. Like, I'm not saying that there's like the elite that rule everything, but there are the elite that rule everything.
No, I'm legitimately asking.
Oh, what is brilliance?
As someone who's constantly inspiring towards that and failing at every turn, in my view.
Are you talking about you or me?
Me. Well, that's exactly it.
Right, that's the inner dialogue.
But yes, that's true.
Well, it goes back to
it
what
applies
I said
to
earlier.
both of us.
That aside, we're both fucking brilliant geniuses, basically, and people are fucking recognized. And so when I say it comes to personal accountability, it's, you feel joy and happiness when you're doing X. And that's why you should be doing X. Not for any other reason.
I feel joy and happiness when I watch Star Trek. The rest of the world is terrifying. I binged on Opus Marcus last night. I found something out. We can't believe we're good at what we do. Because if we believe that, then we'll stop doing it. And more than that, we'll stop growing.
His level of self-awareness at the end was incredible.
Powerful.
Couldn't believe the point he had reached. The candles that burn the brightest burn the shortest, and he didn't burn bright in the way you would typically mean, but he burned.
He burned.
What's the poem? Regret nothing, you can't let go. One of the opening lines to this.
I love that mantra. I love the opening prayer. You created this absolutely exquisite benediction.
I have a question for you.
Yeah?
Who is the enlightened master who makes the grass green?
Your eyes.
That's pretty darn close, folks.
Because
Explain.
the grass, like the color green reflects off the grass.
Uh-huh.
And when the color green reflects off the grass, since it's reflecting, keeps reflecting, your eyes tend to see that color.
Okay.
So it's really your eyes that make the grass green.
And your eyes are part of what?
Your head.
And where does the information,
Brain!
And the brain is part of...
Your body.
And your body is?
Everywhere.
And your body is?
Special enough. Your body is special enough.
Let's say there is the nuclear war and everything gets destroyed or bombed back to the Stone Age, as the expression goes.
Mm-hmm.
How are these people going to be able to access information if they are completely unaware that there was a civilization that even had computers? If they find that fucking hard drive in the ground, it looks like a black box.
What am I going to do with it?
What am I going to do with it?
First thing they're going to do is tear it apart.
Right.
What's inside?
What's inside? And then it's lost. Then all of the,
Then it's over.
All of my Genesis remixes are gone, and my poetry.
The prophet Marcus with your poetry.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. They pull out a hard drive that's one of the few remaining, and it just happens to be mine.
Yeah, right.
You know. And they think this dude was the fucking prophet of the past or whatever. Yeah, this was the guy.
They're teaching you in 5th grades in the future.
Oh my god.
Dude, we found his podcast.
His actual voice. We can analyze what he was thinking, what he was speaking for real in real time. Is it really a separate individual ego consciousness on the other side? Like when you say see your ancestor, what if that entire genetic bloodline is itself an entity? Your grandfather, your father, you, the people that came before, the people come after. It creates this spectrum through time.
Of this one thing.
Yes.
Lives all through all these people?
Yes. It's a continuum. There's your branch. But your branch really, if you zoomed out, is maybe unique if you zoomed in close enough. But if you zoom out, all the branches of humanity all blend into one continuum. That genetic river flow through time. So you, Carl, do not represent, you're not this separate individual thing. You are a point along a line that stretches across time, that morphs. In the past, great-grandfathers morphed into your grandfather, and so on, is morphed into you. Thank you for doing a short little podcast.
Okay, I'm sure your friends are really going to enjoy this bullshit. And on that note, everybody,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. God bless, I hope so, this year, 2018.
It's 2019. Are you saying goodbye?
I can't wait.
She's
yeah, I'm flipping off 2018.
Yeah, indicating flipping the chin, the classic Italian, fuck you 2018.
Oh, it was a very bad year. Very bad.
It was a very bad year.
do all these things and do it a certain way when it really is just as simple as your beliefs are creating your reality, and joy is the way to go all the time. It's really that simple. If you want to manifest something, all you have to do really is think about that thing and find the script that you can create in your mind that brings you joy and happiness and excitement, and do that as much as possible. It's daydreaming.
You have to feel the feeling.
Yes.
You're not feeling it, so you're not going to attract it.
The moment that you feel the joy of the thing, that's when the universe says, I'm bringing that thing into their reality, because the universe doesn't know that you don't already have it. The universe only knows that feeling of joy. So the law is, if you feel that feeling of joy, the universe has to bring it to your reality. Because the universe is joy and love and excitement. When I was a kid, people used to tell me to stop daydreaming so much. And I kind of was like, F off, because this makes me feel good. You can easily get caught up in focusing on what you don't want. So as soon as you realize this is a situation that I don't want, switch your thoughts to what you do want only. Only.
So this bottle of grappa that we discussed earlier, that was 1947, the year of my mother's birth and the year of
my father's birth.
Your father's birth. Unopened. I've had it probably 16 to 18 years, and I've been saving it for a special occasion. So I guess that as of today, that special occasion will be the birth of my child.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
You excited?
No.
Scared?
Terrified.
I could imagine, dude.
And I don't even know, honestly, I don't know why I was camping at Mammoth Cave. I don't know what made me even choose that in the first place.
I don't know
can't
either.
remember.
You had this thing about Mammoth Cave, and you said something how you wanted to do, I think it's kerplunking. No. Spelunking. Spelunking.
Kerplunking.
Well, it was spelunking, right?
Yeah, spelunking.
Spelunking.
The best laid plans, it's just about now. It's just about, like, you get up today, what have you done today to make yourself happy at the end of the day? Do you feel like, okay, I had a good day, I accomplished something today, I was my best self today? I have to learn to be grateful and appreciate what I already have and not come from a sense of lack. It's that feeling of joy that attracts it to you. You just constantly... Take a pause, Mark. Breathe. There's a phrase, keep coming back. So if you go off, you just bring yourself back. Like, that's what meditation has taught me, is that it's okay to go off, but be aware enough to bring yourself back. Keep coming back.
So you just cut it off. You're just like, wait, I'm meditating.
Yes, exactly.
But as soon as you realize that you're off track, that you bring yourself back.
Yes. Some days, it's not a good meditation. I'm distracted. I want to get through it. Other days, I don't have a fucking thought in my head, and I'm there the whole time. So just like within one meditation, I'm on and off, my practice is on and off. But that's okay, because there's a whole consistent practice. And it's just like life. Some days you're going to have a shitty day at the job, and other days are going to be good. But you show up to the job every day. Of course, in that's the case, you have to. But it's the same idea. It's just showing up. Even though I didn't do as much as I could have or whatever, I was there.
Where the fuck am I flying? Okay. I'm this great bird of prey that's to be feared and awed at the same time. I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
I think there's a certain nobility in not knowing where you're going. I just went along with it. And there's definitely a downside to that, to just not having a direction. But there's also a plus side to not focusing on a future that you think you want and embracing the future that is really what you want.
Show up, show up, show up,
show up. It's really a shame that very few people are going to listen to this podcast, because this is...
This episode of the Opus Marcus podcast is brought to you by Make Things.
Are you bemused and bewildered by all the things that people keep making?
Do you often wish that you could make your own things?
Well, now you too can learn how to make things with Make Things.
Make Things allows you to make all kinds of things.
Things that go.
Things that change.
Things that think.
Things that think they are things.
You can make all kinds of things with Make Things.
And once you start making things, you want to make even more things with these exciting Make Things add-ons.
Make things that help people.
Make things that heal people.
Make things that teach people.
Make things that make people laugh.
Make things that people can make for others.
Make things that make other things for experienced users only.
Make better things.
Make things better. This add-on is not compatible with Make Better Things.
Make Things. We make things so you can make other things.
Make Things is available at your nearest Things and Stuff retail location. Things and Stuff. We got stuff for your things and things for your stuff.
Phil Collins wasn't original.
I didn't realize there were 5 of them. I thought it was 4 of them.
You are opening a Pandora's box, my dear, if you ask me about Genesis. I think that people are so cynical that they see the Superman message or the symbol of it, and it's like, oh, how quaint. No, we desperately need to recapture whatever that is that Superman represents.
My platform is Peaceful Praise. Anything I do through that platform is about peace, love. It's about the things that we consider to be positive vibrations and higher vibrations. I've also come to believe that it's all true. Anything and everything is possible.
We gotta stop thinking of ourselves as separate beings. I mean, we are a unified consciousness. You know, that's, I think, what we're growing into. We're gonna be a unified mind, a global awareness.
God, universe, the indescribable, infinite source. I mean, all those work for me. But I believe God dreams a bigger dream. I've always had high self-esteem, but I didn't always have a lot of self-confidence. They are not the same.
That explains my entire life as well.
I practice more than anything affirmative prayer. So even when there's an asking, it's from a place of power, not a pleading. The 12 powers of man, which are 12 gifts from God. Faith, strength, wisdom, or you could call it discernment, love, understanding, power, imagination, order, zeal, life, remuneration, and there's one more which I can't remember.
I used to also believe as a kid that when I was ready, everybody else was pretending until I was ready. You know, it'd be like a surprise, but surprise! You've really been in heaven all along.
Oh.
You just had to be ready for it. You had to be ready to see it and experience it for what it is. But now you're ready, so surprise! And I never lost that.
That's beautiful.
Very powerful having a positive family, the power of the prayer, and God, plus the positive attitude. All those things mean so much to get you through life.
We covered all the important stuff.
That's right. So now let's cover the unimportant stuff.
It's a microcosm of all of the pain of the United States.
Ooh.
You see, getting his mood. We left off on a specific thought thread. You don't remember where we ended it, huh?
I'm not sure I remember what I did yesterday. No, I'm just kidding. When you're in the moment, there's only this moment.
I guess tune in next time when I have some interesting shit to talk about. Other than that, I love you. I love the world. Peace out.
Sir, I avoid responsibility. That way nobody feels compelled to put me in a position of power.
Be excited, because now it's here. Shiny gift of a lesson that you have in front of you. And now you have to work through it. You really have to, if you want to and you're tired of it, you have to work through it.
Why not? And give yourself, I would call it a dose of real reality. I mean, like where nothing makes sense but everything works.
Let's be real. None of this is real.
I feel like I'm telling a story.
What's your advice for people in life?
My advice is to stay strong, be helpful, be smart, be brave, be powerful, be kind, and be loving to everyone, even your pets. Remember to live.
People are like, oh, wouldn't you get lonely when all your loved one dies? Like, no, you get new loved ones.
We really don't know what's in store for us. We really don't know.
Well, would you want to know?
Well, no.
Let's say something bad happened to you. Move on. It already happened. Just move on to the better things in life.
I'm this great bird of prey that's to be feared and awed at the same time. I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
I hope it's really not just us. Right? And everyone else is like, self-created eternal hell. No. Every waking moment is a joyous experience of growth and opportunity. I find myself totally spiritual centered and at peace with the balance between me and the rest of the universe.
We can't believe we're good at what we do, because if we believe that, then we'll stop doing it. And more than that, we'll stop growing.
Amen to that, my brother. Marcus, own the day, own your life.
It's such a game changer.
After all that, they won the game.
Spine. Legs.
You see that there? Yeah.
Little arm resting on the belly. Right. That's the other arm.
Little baby in there.
Look at that. Arms on the head.
Yes. Doing yoga already.
Right?
Is that the heart beating in there? In the middle?
Right here.
Oh.
174 beats. That's good. Little squirmer. Sort of measure the baby from the head to the butt. What's that?
Is that a brainstem? What is in the back of the head there?
Yeah, you can see
That's
this
the
is the
brainstem?
hemispheres of the brain.
That's amazing.
The spine.
Yeah.
Now, how often is the ultrasound done during the pregnancy?
Usually this one, and then another at 20 weeks, and that's usually it. Unless there's any question about anything.
Look at those tiny feet. Oh my god, that's incredible. So interesting.
Yeah, looks good. And those little fingers.
Yeah.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So you can't tell the gender just because it's too soon? That
Oh, I know what it is. Do you guys want to
Are
know?
you serious?
It's not 100%.
Are you ready?
Yeah. It's not 100%.
Okay, we have to keep that in mind.
It's a boy.
I knew it. I told you.
I'll show you.
I told you.
Yeah, we know.
Do you want me to show you?
Yes. I told you guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, the boy vibe.
We
Oh,
sure
yeah.
did. That's going to be a whole new learning experience.
Yes.
Growth opportunities, right?
It'll be fun.